Continuing from the previous episode 2445. Boom! Thunder roared, evil blood flames raged, and the entire void was shattered and shattered, like a broken place that would collapse at any time. Cough cough. Heavenly Emperor stood in the sky, looking at this messy thunder pond. His face finally moved slightly. What a wonderful, solid thunder pond realm. How could it have become so broken in the hands of a mere half-evil god? A touch of anger and killing intent spread from the heart, and immediately above the palm, a silver thunder fan was formed, and some ancient words were chanted from the corner of the mouth. The silver thunder fan instigated, it turned out to be a regular thunder from the sky, and it directly turned into a thunder lion full of ancient power, entrenched in the void, and roared away in the void that had not yet quieted down. Btth2. Bloodstone Evil Venerable took a mouthful of blood-red blood, and coughed dryly down his throat. Wherever the blood permeated, even the void collapsed instantly. Shizun, be careful. The two attacked like this, and the remaining three Red King powerhouses could only speak from a distance, trying to remind the Bloodstone Evil Venerable who was at the center of the explosion. Susu, it's hard to protect yourself, and you still take care of others. The three of them just finished speaking, but they noticed that a greedy aura passed by them with the help of smoke and energy ripples. Who is it? Heavenly Emperor? No, this breath? Dark Demon? Looking at the dark red light group in front of them, the pupils of the three shrank slightly, and a touch of fear spread out. In the dark red light group, there is no human body, but only a purple gold monster gourd. The mouth of the bottle droops slightly, and drops of pure and extremely pure source power continue to drip on it. With every drop of pure power, the power in the dark red light group is faintly enhanced by a point. Even now, the perceptions of the three people tell them that the power fluctuations contained in the dark red light group in front of them have already surpassed the Bloodstone Evil Venerable. Even compared to the Emperor, they are vaguely unwilling to let it go. Btth2. With a sound, the purple gold light beams poured out and turned into chains, easily dragging the three into the purple gold gourd, and a miserable roar suddenly emerged. Immediately, the dark red light group submerged into the center of the explosion, using the whistling energy to cover his body, as if undergoing some kind of fusion and transformation. Once it is caused by its fusion and transformation, I am afraid it will be the real catastrophe of this world. Not good. There was a wave of pain on the body, and Bloodstone Evil Zun couldn't care about the Demon of Darkness and the other three. He turned his head suddenly, but saw a thunder lion of 100 feet in size. The thunder lion slashed, and the thunder around him surged with the power of the rules, which turned out to be completely killing and destroying all the evil forces. Roar! Lei Shi is very spiritual, and naturally knows that even if the evil spirit is in a dying state, he can drag it to bury with him, so he roars in the distance. The lion's mouth opened slightly, and the energy of the whole world calmed down slightly, and immediately gathered towards the lion's mouth. In the black hole of thunder, thousands of threads of celestial thunder are woven into a giant net, and the layers above the giant net are as unbreakable as shackles, and with some kind of disgust and suppression of evil forces, they directly penetrate the layers. A layer of void, attacking the severely injured evil venerable. Oh! The bloodstone condensed by the power of the source was forcibly fused, the black flame and the evil power around him were exhausted, and the evil deity was bound by the thunder net like a urchin, the thunder paralysis effect that penetrated into the bone marrow and even the soul. Even he slightly discolored and screamed. Don't waste your efforts, this is the net of thunder, and you can't break free with your near-death posture. Suddenly, the void in front of Shizun was quietly opened, and a low thunder sounded. God! Even if the deity dies, it will not fall into your hands. You coward! You deserter from the great world! Scum! Bloodstone Evil Zun was bound in a narrow and closed space by the Tinlay net, but with the appearance of the Emperor, Shizun's face suddenly cracked with a very twisted smile, and his hands suddenly grabbed the Tinlay giant net, ignoring it. The deadly power of thunder on the thunder net tried to get close to the Emperor. Pooh! A mouthful of evil poisonous blood was sprayed directly, but it did not spray to the side of the Heavenly Emperor, but simply disappeared on the net of heavenly thunder. Court Death! The Heavenly Emperor, who was originally calm, was so provoked by him, and a scarlet killing intent burst out in his eyes, and his hands clenched fiercely against the evil venerable. Giggle! Ha ha ha! Infuriated? Even if the deity falls here, it will not change the fact that you are a coward. Oh! Squeak! A ferocious roar and scream sounded, and the body of Xie Zun was instantly evaporated by it, and there was only a slap-sized blood source left. That is the source of evil. Although he is seriously injured now, as long as there is the existence of this thing, Xie Zun will stand in the place of immortality to a certain extent. The realm of thunder. Boom, boom, boom. It seems that the evil spirit has aroused the violent murderous aura in his heart. The emperor suddenly stretched out his hand and pointed at the sky above Tianqi, and a silver thunder paste originating from the top of the sky, with the power of punishment of the rules of the heavens, fell silently down. See, the photoelectric flickered, and a thunder arc fell from the sky like lightning, the blood-colored origin, and the asterisk that was instantly bombarded was not left. You brought it on yourself. Dark demon, now it's your turn. After all this was done, the heavenly emperor waved his hand in an unsatisfactory manner, and immediately turned his eyes to this chaotic thunder pond. Heavenly emperor, as expected, that's still the case. Let me think about it. You seem to be just a small person guarding the edge of the crack in the heavens. In the first battle of heaven and earth, Daqin world narrowly won, but after many strong men succeeded in repelling our foreign army, when they were about to retreat to Daqin, it should be you who closed the cracks in the heaven without authorization and killed countless people in Daqin world. The void hummed and trembled, and a little-known thing was revealed in a dark red evil cloud. Blame me? It's all the fault of those damned guys from the Shao clan. But the blessing of dragging the cracks in the heavens, the dead powerhouses, their origins were all swallowed up by me, and they made me. There are greedy fluctuations in Tiandi's randomize yes. So today, I am not only here to kill you, but also to take revenge for those dead and unclear heavenly powerhouses, in the words of your great world, that is, punish evil and promote good. Today is your day of death. Ha ha ha. A wisp of magic energy began to boil, but at this time, some wisps of magic energy began to gather above the sky of the thunder pond. After the demonic energy gathered, it turned out to be a monstrous blood-colored demonic cloud. The demon cloud roared fiercely, but there was a strong force of destruction spreading out from it. Looking closely, there was a faint magic pillar standing in the center of the demon cloud. On the magic pillar, 7 obscure lines are like the most mysterious and powerful force in the world, which seems to indicate a lot of news. This is the 7th calamity? Continuing from the previous episode 2446. 7 tribulations, 7th reincarnation rank? Watching the 7-colored magic column above the sky begin to rotate a little bit, a wisp of evil power that moved the emperors of heaven, invaded. How is it possible? This guy is actually trying to cross the 7th reincarnation rank. 7th reincarnation rank? At this moment, the 4 Xiaoyan, who were hiding in the dark, looked at each other. Their faces were unprecedentedly ugly, and their eyes narrowed and stared at the demon cloud in the sky. The 7th level reincarnation level, according to Xiaoyan and others' current understanding, that level of strength can be called invincible. Whether it is among the evil races outside the territory, or the Great Thousand Worlds, the 7-layer reincarnation level powerhouses all exist like peak leaders. This lunatic. At this moment, in Xiaoyan's chest, there was a throbbing that felt like death. Once the Heavenly Emperor is defeated, they will need to deal with this guy together. 7th layer reincarnation level powerhouse, even with the blessing of the Devil's Cube, the God-killing ruler, etc., the success rate of Xiaoyan today is less than 10%. Do not worry. Yun Yun knew Xiao's worries just by looking back. The jade hand pulled Xiaoyan's arm, with a soft and warm breath, which clearly showed her position. This time, never die. But Yao Ling on the side squinted his eyes, because at this time, the thing sitting above the dark red light group was a bit similar to the 10th treasure-gathering fairy gourd in the Immortal World artifact list. Above the sky, the 7-colored magic pillar began to spin faster, and the monstrous evil power instantly surged, covering the entire world, and the dark red light group was rising little by little below the magic cloud. Looking at the appearance, this guy is ready to cross the 7th reincarnation rank. The demon cloud whizzed past, as if mocking the demons of darkness's self-control. Between the humming of the whole body, there was a vaguely apocalyptic scene, brewing. It turns out that you stole the 10th artifact in my fairy world, the Immortal Gathering Treasure Gourd. Looking at the purple gold gourd above the dark red light group, the Heavenly Emperor was finally relieved. As early as after he became the Lord of the Heavens, he secretly searched for this divine weapon. Don't look at this immortal gathering treasure gourd ranking only 10th, at the bottom, but at the time of the First World War, the Emperor of Heaven was still a nobody. The reincarnation level powerhouse is playing between the palms. Steal, this is something outside our realm. Next, let's show you a good show. There was a disdainful smile in the dark red light group. You are trying to borrow the life source power of many strong people in the center of the fairy world, and you will be punished. The Heavenly Emperor looked a little envious, and his eyes kept wandering back and forth over the 7-patterned magic column and the dark red light group above the sky, as if he was hesitating. Never mind. A moment later, the Emperor of Heaven quietly shook his head, and a strange power within his body disappeared like a flash in the pan. Your true strength is only at the 6th level of reincarnation, and it is a false strength promoted by pulling the seedlings. It should be derived from devouring the same kind? With such inferior strength, against me, you have no certainty of victory. The Heavenly Emperor shook his head, and the silver sky thunder began to gather in his body. The density and strength of this gathering was unprecedented, and it turned out that the demon clouds in the sky were a little afraid. Yeah, you're right, but it's different now. Gathering the source power of digital red kings, great powers, etc. from outside the realm, together with nearly 10 5th-layer reincarnation orders in the center of the fairy world, is enough for me to cross the 7th-layer reincarnation order with a quasi-6th order. Heavenly Emperor, this farce should end. Submit to me, or choose to destroy. A proud and huge magical sound came from the dark red light group, and the body of the shocked Emperor was slightly turbulent. 7 layers of reincarnation. It is indeed a dream realm. Unfortunately, with the current you, it is impossible to take over. Because of your strength, it's just a quasi-6th reincarnation rank. Besides, your strength is too volatile. It must have come from combining the power of belief and devouring the origin of others. This kind of illusory power is also trying to covet the power of heaven and earth? Idiot talking about a dream. The Emperor of Heaven is obviously far more comparable in terms of experience, and he can see the loopholes at a glance. Then a big present for you. Dark Demon Realm. As if it had been expected long ago, a dark red magic spell floated out of the dark red light group, and above the magic spell, there were countless wailing and screaming of souls. As soon as it appeared, it shattered like spontaneous combustion, and the monstrous evil power it turned into actually carried a touch of strong demonic energy and quickly eroded this void. Those dark red demonic auras are extremely strange. Not only are they extremely foul-smelling, but they also contain some kind of death energy. This is not good. Heavenly Emperor is a little worried about the demon of darkness. Once he can deal with the 7th day of robbery, then he will only be destroyed, and he immediately wants to take the lead in defeating this guy. However, when the eyes were watching the curse, a burst of heart palpitations poured out, and the Emperor of Heaven suddenly shouted, and the energy around his body spurted out, as if he was escaping and resisting something. It's late, let me in. Gollum. With a bang, the curse was like a never-ending black hole, and it burst open in an instant, turning into countless dark red magic pulp, which easily replaced the entire Thunder Pond heaven and earth. The dark red demonic energy is like the filth of darkness that cannot be expelled, covering the entire Thunder Pond heaven and earth, and no creature can escape its shackles. In this dark and black world, it seems that everything has fallen into some kind of stillness. The void is closed, and it is still at a standstill. All the creatures that stay in the world of Tianqi have been dragged into the demon world of darkness. Only the demon of darkness is left in the outside world, quietly preparing to deal with the tribulation of reincarnation. Dark Demon Realm. I'm careless. The Emperor of Heaven looked at this dark demon world, and naturally knew that this was the special and unique world of the dark demon, and an uneasy thought poured out. A real test seems to have just begun. What happened? On the other side, the 4 Xiao Yan, who were hiding in the void of the Thunder Pond, only felt that an irresistible coercion from the heavens and the earth was coming, and they were thrown into the dark demon world together. Giggle, a gloomy demonic sound gushed out from the pitch-black demon world, and with the arrival of everyone, the place was instantly calm. Here, it seems that we have nothing to rely on but our own strength. How are you going to get out? Not feeling any crisis, Xiao Yan couldn't help squinting his eyes. It seems that in this so-called dark demon world, there is no crisis, but at the same time, there is no way to break the situation. The demon realm of darkness is like a perfect dark cage, where criminals are imprisoned, and what awaits them is the endless darkness and unknown fear. Here, all the power is like being suppressed by the seal. No matter how powerful the power is, I am afraid that it is the same as an ordinary mortal. This demon of darkness, who has deliberately set up so many strategies, really came prepared. Steal incense. Continuing from the previous episode 2447. In the silent dark demon world, the thick black demonic energy is like a dark worm, crawling, and the whole space looks extremely dangerous. At this time, there is no sound, no energy fluctuations, and there is no trace of any attack from those evil energies, just like the gods of death, patiently looking at the prisoners held in the dark demon world. Once their spirits completely collapse in this filthy and dark world, they will launch the most violent attack. This is an ominous place. The sinister aura and the aura of death are constantly intertwined. The arc is dead and silent, and it is all the colors here. Xiao Yan. After a while, there was a light voice in the darkness. The voice was a little hurried, as if worrying and fearing something. I'm here. Xiao Yan knew that it was Yun Yun's voice, but looking back, there was nothing but darkness. Unable to lock Yun Yun's position, in desperation, he could only respond aloud. This dark demon world is very strange. We should be in the same void, and we can hear each other's voices, but we can't see each other. At the same time, Yuru's voice also sounded from the darkness. It seems that all power has failed? Xiao Yan nodded, but there was a vague fear in his heart. After a while, 4 faint rays of light appeared one after another in the darkness, which were the breaths of Xiao Yan and the others. Have you found anything? No? No. 4 pairs of slightly shining eyes appeared in the dark demon world, like lonely stars. No matter what kind of powerful ancient power they contained in their bodies, they couldn't release a little bit at all at this time, as if they were being suppressed. Whether it is holy flame, divine weapon, reincarnation seal, etc., all of them have been unilaterally cut off by the dark demon world. It seems that only the source power of their own body can be used. The 4 pairs of eyes are very close, but they can't pass through, as if the space here is a fault latitude. They are scattered in a latitude, so that they can't touch the other's body. The devil of darkness must use this time to cross the 7th reincarnation rank, even if his strength is too vain, but once he breaks through, no one in the entire heaven will be spared. Our time is running out. Yueru was the first to bear the brunt. I don't know if it was because of the inheritance of the moon god or other reasons. Now, in this girl's heart, the importance of heaven has replaced Xiao Yan's position. Dong dong dong. At the moment when the 4 of them were talking, behind Xiao Yan, a dark black void was quietly surging, and a magic hand with countless magic lines entwined its entire body appeared out of it. Above the magic hand, there is a monstrous magic power, and even a faint memory power that the 4 of them have never seen before quietly protrudes. After the demonic hand appeared, it did not create any energy waves, it flew towards Xiao Yan like a breeze, and the whole movement was extremely subtle. Xiao Yan, be careful. Although they couldn't touch the other party, the 3 women could see clearly the space behind the other party and so on. When they saw this strange magic hand, the 3 women hurriedly spoke up. Bang bang bang. Xiao Yan reacted very quickly, and the moment the 3 girls spoke up, he jumped to avoid them. For a time, the magic hand attack failed. Zaida disappeared in this dark demon world, and the void was calm, as if nothing had happened. Hoo. Xiao Yan was breathing heavily. In the scene just now, if it wasn't for his body, blood, vigilance against death, and subconscious avoidance, he would be much less fortunate. Because the power contained in the seemingly ordinary magic hand is definitely not something that can be hard attached by the current physical strength. The end of the danger, a humming sensation of the scalp bursting, constantly entrenched in Xiao Yan's heart. The demon realm of darkness is too strange and mysterious, even Xiao Yan now, more or less, doesn't know how to deal with it. Internal and external troubles really doubled Xiao Yan's pressure. Dark demon realm, this is an ancient evil realm, and the creatures dragged into it will suffer from countless powerful creatures from outside the realm. Those guys' attacks are deadly for you, but that's why you have a way to break the game. You have a total of 10 chances. Out of 10 chances, those evil creatures attacked in a flash. Although they are extremely destructive, they will reveal flaws when attacking. If you can't catch and crack 3 of them, you will all be destroyed by the rules. The power of the rules is said to be exclusive to the gods. Even if the goddess Yaoji or the Holy King descends, I'm afraid they won't be able to save you. This demon of darkness, the origin and the things under his control, are a bit terrifying. At this time, the spirit of the divine ruler, who had been diving all the time, spoke softly, and his voice was filled with a breath of amazement. There are only a handful of experts in the entire Great Thousand World who can amaze the spirit of the god execution ruler so much. Senior, you speak clearly. Xiao Yan was overjoyed and tried to inquire. Imagine it for myself, otherwise, if the secret is revealed, my body will lose my life. After finishing speaking, the spirit of Zhu Shen Kai returned to peace. He also wanted to see what the so-called descendants of the Xiao tribe had. 10 attacks. 3 chances to crack the attack. Xiao Yan sat quietly on top of the void, and then carefully recalled what the spirit of executioner had just said. Yunyan, Yueru, Yaoling, if you see unknown objects or strange forces attacking each other later, you must attack or intercept them immediately. At the moment of the attack, those things will reveal flaws, and that is our best chance. Something has to be hit or intercepted, or we'll end up here. Xiao Yan paused for a while, and then said with a solemn expression, "Give your back to them?" Listening to Xiao Yan's words, Yueru and Yunyan did not hesitate at all. They nodded in agreement, and looked at the surrounding dark world with a solemn expression, but Yao Ling, who was on the side, hesitated. Yunyan and Yueru have an unusual relationship with Xiao Yan. At this time, they will naturally trust Xiao Yan unconditionally, but Yao Ling's words are a bit. Okay. Gritting her teeth, Yao Ling nodded solemnly, because she vaguely noticed that her life force, even the power that could not be used in her body, seemed to be fading little by little with the passage of time. Go! Boom boom boom! For a time, everyone started to act in a concentrated manner, scattered around, forming a quadrilateral shape with each other, and at the same time stared intently at the void on their backs, their heartstrings tensed. In the demon realm of darkness, imprisonment is too mysterious, and the evil forces here are full of covetousness, not to mention the existence of those so-called rules. 10 opportunities have been lost, and an inexplicable pressure is like a mountain of hundreds of thousands of pounds on the hearts of the 4 people, making them unable to calm down for a long time. For them, it was a battle with the asterisk of death. Continuing from the previous episode 2448, the demon realm of darkness is huge and boundless. However, this is also the result of the dark demon who sacrificed himself to imprison Xiao Yan and others to condense the curse of darkness. On the other side, the heavenly emperor in the demon realm of darkness. Dark demon realm are the rules of heaven and earth. But since those guys have come in, my plan has to continue. While speaking, a beautiful flower suddenly rose up in the palm of the Emperor of Heaven. The flowers are different from ordinary flowers. This flower is extremely bright. At first glance, it is as delicate and dazzling as blood, and it has a special fluctuation that stuns the soul. Those blood powers form a series of obscure special incantations, and even some terrible fluctuations that shake the world exist on it. The flower body seems to have 3 petals, and there is a touch of invisible turbidity on the petals. With the protection of this turbidity, even the countless evil energies in the dark demon world can't approach at this time. All the evil forces within 10 meters are instantly swallowed and destroyed by the turbid air above the petals, which is mysterious and mysterious. However, above this flower, there is only the last petal left at this time. Quietly put this thing on his chest, and then the Emperor of Heaven suddenly looked at the dark demon world, and a faint smile appeared on the corner of his mouth in this dark and evil world. That inexplicable smile, like a heinous prisoner, everything is under control. Wong buzz. The next moment, there was suddenly a ripple of energy behind the Emperor, shaking gently, and a terrifying attack seemed to strike. The finger of 10,000 demons, it is said that this thing is comparable to the evil asterisk of the great immortal technique level. Why do some well-known attacks from outside the domain gushed out of the void of the dark demon realm? Heavenly Emperor suddenly turned his head, and there was actually a trace of silver lace flowing on the skin of his body. Even if other powers cannot be used here, the body of the Heavenly Emperor has already been tempered by the heavenly thunder, and the strength of his body may have surpassed that of Xiao Yan by too much. Crack! The black devil finger pierced through the void, as sharp as death harvesting innocent lives, quietly pointed at the Emperor's vital point, and immediately the Emperor did not dodge or dodge, and his body stood proudly, with the demeanor of a king. This guy is actually trying to resist this level of attack with his physical strength? Bang bang bang! The deafening humming collision, like a metal collision, emits a terrifying force that shakes the heart. Oh! A tragic roar sounded out. But even though the Emperor of Heaven was suffering from such terrifying torture, the smile on the corner of his mouth seemed even more gloomy and crazy. It seems that he did all this on purpose. However, on his body, the shocking bloodstains are particularly miserable. I see. The attack was submerged, and suddenly the foul-smelling demonic aura actually spread along the Heavenly Emperor's arm, slowly spreading towards the body. In an instant, the Emperor of Heaven seemed to have insight into the flaws in the dark demon realm, and muttered to himself. Crack! The first attack had just been destroyed, and in the realm of darkness, there was a burst of bright light in ambush. Above the dazzling light, suddenly there are several kinds of light: cold, hot, dark, bright. Several auras spread out from it. The six-color brilliance flickered slightly, and immediately turned into an evil bone dragon with a body exceeding 1,000 feet. The latter actually stepped out of the void with 1 foot. These forces are extremely powerful and have completely different attributes, but at this time they are slowly merging. Bone skeleton dragon. This thing is outside the domain, it is a symbol of identity. In ancient times, it was a 5-fold reincarnation level evil spirit creature. Tear off! The six-colored brilliance surrounded a forest of white bones, with a deadly aura attached, and was drawn out of the void. The degree of ferocity made the Heavenly Emperor look delighted. Obviously, the Emperor of Heaven has a way to crack the demon realm of darkness, but for some plans in his heart, he adopts a method that is almost self-mutilating at this time. Boom! The six-color brilliance surged, and with one blow, the Emperor's body was shot hundreds of meters away, and the six-color brilliance was like a flame, burning from the Emperor's body. What? The power of the flames transformed by the six-color brilliance is extremely evil and terrifying. Even a great power like the Heavenly Emperor cannot resist, and the miserable screams are transmitted. The Heavenly Emperor couldn't resist, and all he could do was to protect his mind, and even the skin on his body was covered with a layer of black evil substance, making his whole body slightly gloomy. The corpse skeleton dragon didn't seem to intend to let the Emperor go, and the whole body burned up, turning into countless white powders, blasting towards the Emperor like sand. Bang bang bang! Just when the bone skeleton dragon was about to cause fatal damage to the Emperor of Heaven by self-mutilation, a blur of flesh and blood, only the palm of the white bone bracket, suddenly protruded from the front, and grasped the core center of the bone skeleton dragon. The first way, Heavenly Emperor's eyes shrank tightly, and incoherent anger appeared in his silver eyes. Being grasped by the Heavenly Emperor like this, all the evil forces in the skeleton dragon's body dissipated in an instant, standing quietly between the heavens and the earth like a dense white bone. Boy, I endure such torture. I hope you don't let me down. The Emperor of Heaven was covered in scars and looked up at a few brilliance in the distance. There is the position of Xiao Yan and the others. Break it for me! An angry voice suddenly resounded through the world from this dark demon world. Immediately, the three strange shadows trembled at the same time, and the endless evil aura swept out, completely filling the entire dark demon world. Even those evil auras that originally inhabited here were shivering under its prestige. Suddenly, three giant black shadows swept into the top of the dark demon realm at the same time. At the same time, the confinement disappeared gently, and a gap in the sky expanded rapidly. Above the gap is a brand new world, that is the Thunder Lake Shrine. The demon realm of darkness has been broken. Btth2. The demon realm of darkness shattered rapidly, and 5 people appeared in the void thunder pond, but Xiao Yan and the others clearly found that the large and small scars and bloodstains on the Emperor's body were really miserable. Dark Demon, this Emperor is going to kill you. With the destruction of the demon realm of darkness, the Emperor of Heaven glanced at Xiao Yan and the others at random, and nodded his head in admiration. The sound exploded like thunder. The anger continued for a while. Tiandi forcibly endured the pain that went deep into the bone marrow of his body. Gloomy eyes cast a glance at his injury, and then raised his head to look at the original thunder pool. The gloomy and evil aura, like a ray of death energy that cannot be dispelled, surrounds the Emperor of Heaven, causing his breath to last, and his face extremely ugly. The demon realm of darkness has been broken, and the next step is the demon of darkness who has crossed the sevenfold tribulation. The entire Thunder Pond is now at peace. Is he successful or not? With this kind of question in mind, several people simultaneously released huge perceptions and glanced away at Lake Hai. After resting, Xiao Yan looked extremely surprised, and murmured in disbelief, "I haven't found any trace of the demon of darkness. Could it be that he has already left here?" Everyone looked at each other in dismay, and obviously they were also thinking of what Xiao Yan said. The demon of darkness. Could it be that he really fell under the seventh layer of demonic tribulation? Continuing from the previous episode 2449, could it be that the demon of darkness has left here? Or, he has fallen under the calamity of reincarnation? As soon as Xiao Yan's voice emerged, it brought shock to the hearts of several other people. Inside the Thunder Pond Shrine, the void was still shaking, and the power of thunder and a scorched aura were particularly strong, but the aura and figure of the dark demon were not noticed. Heavenly Emperor, what the asterisk is going on? After hesitating for a while, Yao Ling's beautiful eyes stared at the Emperor of Heaven, as if she wanted to learn some useful news from his mouth. The demon of darkness led the army to attack the center of my fairyland. You have seen the current form. Except for me, the center of the immortal realm, everyone else will be destroyed. The Heavenly Emperor's expression was extremely gloomy, and it was obvious that he had just suffered a very serious injury in the dark demon realm. Xiao Yan did not answer, but tried his best to search for any suspicious aura in Lychee Shrine. There is its own formation at the exit of the center of the fairyland. If the demon of darkness escapes, I must feel it. But if he didn't escape, where was he? Hoo. Since that's the case, let's clean up the battlefield. In addition to attacking the extraterritorial powerhouses here, there are many extraterritorial armies staying in the fairyland. Fortunately, nothing happened in this catastrophe. Yueru used the power of the moon god's imprint to carefully probe every corner of the Thunder Pond world, and then said with a tired look in her eyes. In the demon realm of darkness just now, the four of them could be said to be racing against the asterisk of death. If it wasn't for the last Heavenly Emperor to break an attack at the same time, their fate would not be guaranteed. There are four of you. I will do my best to search for information about the demon of darkness. The Emperor of Heaven also looked unfulfilled, but now that he was seriously injured, he was obviously unable to do anything. Crack! Just when everyone relaxed their vigilance, the Heavenly Emperor was absent-minded, and a ferocious figure tore through the void, carrying asterisk claws, and slammed into the Heavenly Emperor who was seriously injured. Not good. Too fast. This scene happened so fast that neither Xiao Yan nor the Heavenly Emperor had time to make any defenses. The red blood sprayed out from the Emperor's chest like a fountain. The asterisk claws instantly cut through the Emperor's chest, and immediately a purple gold gourd bottle was inserted directly into the Emperor's chest. That is the origin of the Heavenly Emperor. The blood was sprayed, the source was broken, and the Emperor's pupils shrank tightly, and then he shot back weakly on the Lychee square below. Ha! Heavenly Emperor, I won this battle in the end. A frantic laughter, with an extremely violent aura, resounded from the height of the Thunder Pond. Is this guy still a demon of darkness? Yun's three girls' beautiful eyes were slightly solemn. The figure in front of him has dark red evil long hair, and the ferocious bloodstains left by the thunder on the body, and even the breath is disordered. He failed the tribulation. This appearance is indeed not a human being, a ghost, but although his strength is floating, he has reached the real sixfold reincarnation level. Be careful. Now he is probably reduced to a beast that only knows how to kill. Xiao Yan's expression was complicated, and at a glance he penetrated the details of this guy, and an unprecedented crisis emerged in his heart. The Heavenly Emperor has fallen, and there is still the last breath, but even if he recovers, his strength will be greatly reduced because of the damage to the source, and the Devil of Darkness has used the purple gold gourd to absorb all his remaining power. And you, today, all have to die. No one cared about the Heavenly Emperor. The Demon of Darkness directly pulled out the purple gold gourd, and immediately smashed it into pieces. The silver sky thunder that had been absorbed from the heavenly emperor's body was like a layer of energy shackles, surrounding the body of the demon of darkness. At the same time, layers of cyan flames danced under his skin like an uneasy fierce spirit. This lunatic, that's the number 3 holy flame on the holy flame list, the 36th holy flame. Wanmu Yuanwo. Seeing the beating of the blue flames in the eyes of the demon of darkness, Xiaoyan clearly noticed that the holy flame and Fenju in his body were surging together. That is the breath between the same origin, the smell of holy flame. This guy's body power is disorganized, holy flame, extraterritorial evil power, and many powers in the world. What kind of monster is this? Yao Ling was obviously facing such a vicious character for the first time, and her heart was filled with air. Heavenly Emperor should still have the last breath to protect himself. We must stop him. The safety of a mortal world is now in the hands of the 4 of us. After Xiaoyan finished speaking, he took the lead, surrounded by glass-colored flames, and immediately on the palm of his hand, 5 sacred patterns of different colors poured out. Once you start, you will directly cast the holy pattern. Btth. The demon of darkness watched Xiaoyan burst out, turned around easily, and the blood-colored black holes instantly enveloped Xiaoyan. The enormous pressure made Xiaoyan's whole body throbbing, and an aura of death permeated his heart. For a 6-layer reincarnation level powerhouse, dealing with Xiaoyan today is as simple as stepping on an ant to death. Xiaoyan, step back! Yun Yun snorted coldly, and the power of the flower *** all over her body swept out along with the fire of holy flame. Dance under the moon god sword. Like a decisive female *** of war, Yueru drew out the moon god's sword and swung it at the demon of darkness. Susu. Facing the terrifying offensive of the 2 women, the demon of darkness opened the corner of his mouth, revealing a never-ending black hole abyss, which was swallowed up in an instant. The extreme killing of the windflower god dance. Thousands of flowers returned to their nests. Yaoqi order holy qi. The brilliance of the moon god. The 3 women looked at each other, and immediately the ancient reincarnation fluctuations, the reincarnation mark and even the power of inheritance were unraveled together. Several attacks were extremely dazzling, and the tender voice was like an angry thunder, and suddenly swept across this piece of heaven and earth, causing the demons of darkness above the sky to move slightly. The demon abyss of darkness. Give it to me. The 3 attacks are comparable to the combined attacks of the 5-layer reincarnation level powerhouses. UU reading www. Link to yukanshu.com. Dark Demon sneered. The evil aura gushed out, and it turned out to be formed into countless ferocious poisonous snakes, bursting out with an incomparable destructive power. When the 3 girls saw this, the killing intent in their eyes was even more fierce, and there was no sign of retreating. The power all over the body poured out completely, condensing into a beautiful colorful light wheel, like a space-time tooth gap, tearing everything and roaring away. The 3 women attacked at the same time, and the monstrous offensive actually surprised the emperor below. It turns out that these 2 women have won the lifelong inheritance of Hua Qinger and the moon god palace master, and the other one is also one of the divine weapons. Yaoqi Ling. It was really good. A faint voice sounded in his heart, but at the same time, a rather mysterious petal was slightly taken out by the Emperor of Heaven. The energy on the petals almost withered, obviously exhausting all the power and disappearing from the world. The sky was fiercely confronted, and for a time, the whole world was eclipsed.